so bad. I felt like Nightmare just had all of the fight taken out of them, but that's why, like, yeah, maybe Rhino is really that new thing that they need to kind of breathe some life back into the team. And we see him on this Winston.
Good map to bring him in, to be fair. Painkiller, of course. Ideally wants to play more.
Wub is already dead?
Like a Ram, like a Brawl.
Lumino's not playing any games today.
Whereas Rhino, dive, dive, dive. Winston, perfect for this map. Good initial pick as well. Should be fairly easy point take. And you got to be wary of this man right here on your screen, Chronic. Johnny was saying, like, if you want to watch one POV.
Oh my God, yes. How is Lumino killing everyone?
Chronic's on the Freya. It's been one of the best, if not the
best in
the region so far. The Tracer does end up finding 2 kills, but taking this point, especially with Hattori so low, is going to be a tough ask. It's going to be a quick regroup here from Nightmare with Rocket spawning in a couple of seconds.
And I think you're okay with continuing to delay this point flip. Like, keep contesting it. I think you're also starting to build up to some things that might be able to do that, but now that Lumino's down, I think you just have to cycle through. And actually, Nightmare just give up the point completely.
Oh, I think Hattori's dead.
Yeah, nice work from Zomba.
What the fuck?
Manually hacked and taken down by Zomba, but a little overextension there. Wub on the Sombra is going to be fairly annoying to Chronic. Zomba still going at it. Kills Rhino too. Okay, Zomba is on an absolute heater right now. Point is going to be taken, or at least contested for the time being. It's a little bit of support or combat right now with Lep and Lucamino versus Nemwhite and Scuffed.
Have you tried the face of POV thing? No, I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah, Hattori's going to make sure the point doesn't get flipped.
And Hattori is also going to take this forward positioning, actually using that violent leap to make sure that there's a little bit more access to the back. But the Kitsune Rush gets laid down and matched by Extinction. But take a look at where these fights are happening. I feel like neither team is really able to make use of these rushes very well.
Yeah, they're on the opposite sides of the point right now, so everybody decides, well, we're just going to play on our side of the map. Here comes the sound barrier. Chronic sent, well, pretty damn low on the Freya, but that.
Oh my, Rhino!
Making sure he stays alive, but now, unfortunately, you're against a Rhino, one angry Winston. Is the point flip onto the
Rocket uses pulse too. Does Lep commit B here?
Zomba right now is honestly
nah, probably not.
Nightmare don't have an answer to it.
I think Extinction should chase hard as fuck after cap.
Very tricky to weave past this Tracer, and I think Zomba
Rhino has no jump. Chase this. On his jump, hazard roll. What? You hazard roll there, force out B, and then you kite back point, get 90-80%, and then you get your own Curio.
Using that verticality jump to make sure that you can get out of that Tracer's sightlines. This has been tough, and Zomba really coming up big. Another pulse bomb soon up to.
Okay, that works.
Sound barrier does end up connecting with 3. Lep's going to be able to keep himself alive as well. Nice little boot there onto the Lucio and the Tracer, but still being chased by Nenwai. Oh, dearie me. That surely wasn't a boop off the edge, no, but Hattori does end up going down to Chronic.
Oh.
99% nearing, though, for Extinction. Chronic finds a double. Okay, now the Freya is online for Nightmare. Scuff should die here, too. There it is. Okay. Point flip for Nightmare incoming.
You are a watch party streamer. Let the pros play. Just saying, my philosophy was good. We go early there, force out beat, we kite back point.
Fights in a row right now. If you're Nightmare, you barely have this Kitsune Rush and Pulse Bomb ready, and there's so many things that Extinction can throw at you first. Like, oh my gosh, the Bola Shot and Pulse Bomb. Could you imagine if that combination hits?
Well, they're going to start off with the rush first. Suzu pretty early there from Scuff, but playing in the rush. That cooldown will be up in no time. Forcing out Lucamino is going to be nice, but Zomba has to deal with the Winston now, so ends up backing up. And there's the rush on the point to extend this lead a little bit more for Nightmare. Still, Zomba focusing out Lucamino, trying to force them to make a mistake. Looks like Lucio might be the next on the menu though, but Lep does manage to jump over the wall. Zomba again forcing the swift step, doing a lot for his team right now, distracting the backline pretty much. And you can see already seeing his efforts with Chronic going.
Oh my.
Suzu, oh, what a
disgusting, man. Disgusting ass hero.
Swift step away, drops the post bomb to the floor. That gets one ultimate out of the way for Nightmare. Now Rocket's got a post bomb in his own hands, but the point for Extinction gets flipped, and here comes the sound.
Who do you think you are, bud?
Ooh, the sound barrier is so good because it's going to give them enough survivability to go after this backline in earnest. But Rhino actually finding Zomba, that was kind of the big thorn in their side, and just gives Nightmare the fight.
Oh my Wub.
Oh, he's such a beast. Tags Nemwhite from across the map, but still gets taken down by Wub. Wub finds a double kill, in fact. Rhino going down at a kind of a pivotal time as well for Nightmare. So close to this ult too. Lep is going to get chunked down to half HP.
Oh, if he hit that shot.
To connect with 3 players to get back into the point in time, but Wub still managing to land, take aim shots.
Nice.
The front line. Rocket falls and Nightmare. They're going to lose this first round. That's a good round for Extinction. 100 to 94. Zomba doing a lot of the legwork.
Should I try the face of POVs?
It's been so tough for the Kiriko and the Lucio to keep themselves alive. Nightmare's backline is struggling.
They're really struggling.
Sign in to watch all POVs.
Powerhouse, but I think especially Wub coming. Yeah, he didn't die, which is crazy.
Yeah, didn't die.
But it is still harder for him to actually get the AoE effect because you don't want to get taken out by.
Okay. How do I go POVs? Oh, probably like.
But you know what? Back to your point about.
Am I not signed in?
Round for Extinction to take. I think there are 2 rounds on.
Bro, I don't really remember my login.
Easy. So you got 1 round out of the way. Maybe you get this momentum swing and you take Lighthouse.
Okay, I'll do it in the halftime. I'll do it in the halftime. After this map. After this map.
To the skies there. Nice kill on Chronic though. DPS down for Nightmare. Kicking them while they're down right now are Extinction. Surely Extinction aren't the kryptonite to Nightmare. Surely that can't be the case. Nice start though. Momentum shifting, Rose.
Absolutely.
Hey.
But you actually see right
Extinction are looking good. Okay, the chances of SG making EWC are fucking insane right now.
I mean, the Hazard.
Both these teams are so beatable.
Into the Winston. Jump onto high ground, get walled, and the burst damage from this shotgun is it can't be understated. And Winston's got a rather large head hitbox.
Infused with light. Makes it so much easier for this Hazard to land the shots, but I think also when you force out the bubbles, you're not using those bubbles to help out the rest of your team.
SG are a short pick. I'm just saying the chances are looking are better.
The tides too back in Nightmare's favor.
Okay, yeah. Playmakers, a lot of them on Nightmare's squad, and can't be understated how good Chronic has been over the last couple of weeks.
Really good on
Has Lenny ever missed a land? No, Lenny has never missed a land.
You've got so much better sight lines. You can actually see the pivot that Chronic is taking with that POV to make sure that you've got poolside lockdown, the main choke as well. But I love where Extinction are actually approaching this from. I mean, look at Tottori, just beautiful access to the top of this lighthouse.
Both rushes on the point. Luca Mignone almost getting
Nightmare has that before the so not a couple left. Bro, that whole roster left. What you mean?
Sound barrier. It couldn't have come at a better time, and that bowler shot from Chronic ends up like just standing on top of like 4 people. Oh well, the trades are better here for Nightmare, luckily, and they just continue to hold.
The bowler shot, though, I think it's nice that you've got that burst damage, but I think
why did Nightmare disband? They just got signed.
Together just is also quite impactful. Even saw there being able to kind of nail down those targets, group them up, makes it easier for these big takedowns. I think now Nightmare are really starting to get the hang of it. Maybe you get bamboozled on that first round, but oh wow, force out the sound barrier.
Yeah, you see the Freya using the updraft there, and Tori knows that is the time to go.
Tori's playing on ping, right?
Upwards mobility only on that 1 skill. Nice point take. All right, Zomba gets another kill. Decent flip. Not too much invested.
Yeah, it's
good
going to be.
As well.
Oh yeah, I mean with Lucamino down, it's just going to help you match.
No, I've not seen Severance.
And then look at what they have next. You've got the pulse bomb, and then you also have the.
Okay, Zombo.
Zombo sneaking around, because if you land this pulse bomb onto a back.
Yes.
Wow.
Sick. Dude, it's spicy with it on the tracer. I remember Jake saying a long time ago, Rose, about how Zombo was basically in the training grounds before Overwatch, during Overwatch League, right, playing against some of the best tracers to ever touch the game, the Korean players that were in North America playing on the server. So he's been chilling, you know, like one of the craziest tracer players on ladder, always top 10 every single rank season. And you need that big impact Tracer player. You do every single meta, it feels like. Very
Don't do
rare
it.
is Tracer not in that meta.
God, I told you, bro. Sticking hazard is so useless.
Nicely timed Suzu does end up saving the tank for the moment, but Chronic from downtown hits a nice bowler shot.
And this is going to help keep Nightmare in this, because as they start to even up the player count, they're able to take back control of this point, and they maybe start to look at, like, can Lep get this sound barrier up? I think there's been enough time bought that Lep should be able
Why
to
am I added?
nicely.
What's good? Sugar
I
free.
think maybe looking at like the Primal Rage, that might be another good thing to kind of help keep Nightmare in this, but it's tough when Hattori is the downpour. You can lock everybody down. And
Go
also,
gym? I'm down, bro. Today's I gotta do legs today.
Sound barrier too.
High ground control for Hattori again. It's gonna be hard for Rhino to kind of match this. Both Lucios hoping.
Have you taken a rest day? Yeah.
Time, but Lep is inching closer. Nemo's getting pressured out too. Hattori now having to put herself on the point to make sure they trigger OT. A nice little downpour onto Rocket though. And Lep Ajaxed. And Lep Ajaxed. Hattori dashes in violent leaps on top of the Lucio. And Nemo gets the sound barrier off. So Extinction in a good
What made you go to the gym?
A Primal Rage on the point is the only tool they have left to keep themselves in it, but
Random 4 a.m. motivation.
As they take the first map, 2-0.
I really think the downpour might have been the thing that would force the Ajax out of the sound barrier, but I can't believe that happened regardless. And what a perfectly timed downpour there from Hattori. Nails the Tracer.
Extinction taking the first map here.
Just having that barrier advantage was so good. So, wow. Extinction winning the first map was pretty competitive between both rounds, but yeah, maybe
What? No. 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 No.
I don't know.
That was a pretty tough spot for. I think Lep was trying to like get to the rest of his team near the mega health pack, and then obviously the violent leap from Hattori came in. Rocket got one tapped out of recall as well from that downpour. Hattori saw the recall happening, hit downpour, so the Tracer doesn't really have time to react, because when you're in like the recall animation, right? You're like zipping back through time kind of thing.
You close the VIP?
Where you were, however many seconds.
Let's see if you can gamble it.
The downpour then hits straight afterwards. So you've got no real.
Okay, let me go sign in. Let me try signing in. Check the. It's a completely different roster, bro.
Okay. Pretty damn close.
It's a legit, complete different roster.
To 15k from Nightmare. A little bit more aggro on the side of Nightmare, you've got to imagine. Yeah, all right. Survasa, watch point Gibraltar, Rudisapi, Kings Row, if you caught all that. That was the series prior when they faced off. So Circuit Royale, okay. So as we near onto Circuit, where do you expect Nightmare to go?
No, people are saying like, where's Cuffo? Where's Zero? Like, where's this? Ooh. This is a different roster.
Rhino for too much, unless we go to like a pure dive map.
But I mean, this makes sense, right? Because Nightmare won Circuit Royale yesterday versus Team Liquid. That was the one map that they took off the series. So I think.
But I don't know what happened between the regular season payoffs. Maybe the lights got too bright.
And it makes so much sense that Painkiller is going to come in to take.
Was it UV? Yeah, he was. They're all on GK now.
Very good on those.
Well, okay. The Nightmare is all on GK. And then Zera left the GK to go to Team Liquid. And then GK got W Mimon.
Very, very smart for Extinction to take.
What happened to Infected? He's still on Liquid.
Could do. I would say the only
hazard.
Yeah, old roster GK now.
Is that Sigma is still there. We've not seen a crazy amount of Sigma just because of how this map has evolved.
Now the Consumer Rush comes back in for Blue Minute. He's down in Suzy Q right now. Scuff on the flank with Zomba, but Scuff goes down. Disastrous. Hattori trades Chronic. That's a huge kill. Blue Minot's being chased as well. Got support. Now the Consumer.
So small substitutions on either side. And yeah, going back to kind of the Sigma point, it would be a decent matchup into those tanks, though, is the only problem. Like the fallback, but then it's like...
Why isn't Unter a caster?
On Sigma, so not really seeing too much. Like, we'll see. Because they also, Nightmare, don't have to ban out the BAP. They could come in and be like, okay, we're going to ban BAP because maybe Extinction, like Live Weaver, maybe they've been practicing it a whole bunch. We'll have to see. 85% win rate on this game type as well. Their best game type so far this stage.
It's been very good for Nightmare, and I think a lot of that comes down to just kind of the different compositions that they play. Like the Arista has looked very good. I think Freya as well. When you're able to play the slower maps, I think it certainly helps out. But I kind of wonder how many of that is also like, I don't think they play much Gibraltar. So yeah, really helping them set up for success there and not having to play the dive.
Yeah, they also picked it against Geeke as well, so that does also make sense. Okay, 90% to 10 on the side of Extinction. I'm curious, any value bettors in there? Any value predictors? I like that, going for the Extinction at 10%. It's a large channel point return. But this does track. I mean, we had the same thing last series, right, with Space Station, about 91% to 9%. You're expecting Nightmare to come in with the win, but I wonder how much people predicted betting, you know, Nightmare's just the better team. They went 6-1 and not maybe thinking too much into it about the series yesterday. Yeah. That last map on New Junk City, that is a desk slam of a game because it wasn't close. Like, it was just a roll. And I even saw like a Ply tweet like, yeah, this is the worst map I think I've ever seen of all time, like from the team. And I'd agree with him, especially in this stage. It didn't look good, didn't look clean. But Circuit Royale, very different pacing, very different style of play. So I'm wondering how Extinction kind of deal with this. They've got NVM in, no more Zomba, but we're not going to really play Tracer anyway, or maybe even the Genji, so it's okay.
I think it's really easy. So I think it's, yeah, very easy to say like, okay, well, if we're Nightmare, we just ban out the Tracer, and then what? I think it's so much easier to play against the Genji, or playing around at least one of those heroes.
Sojin, okay, then rock on the Genji.
Or should you leave it to them, man?
It does threaten Extinction quite considerably, and even with the wall, like, the Ana just does so much with the anti-nade. It's like, we want to play up, yeah, sure, but you're going to bank that nade off of the wall, and you're going to be able to heal pain.
PGE thinks so.
So, you have to put respect on Lukamino's name.
Okay, let's watch. Let me watch. Okay, Rocket's on Meg. Wait, I'm watching both of them right now.
Especially around this first corner, you want to wait for some of those important skills.
Wait, no, that's NVM.
But look at the nade having to force people back.
Really nice kill there. Took a while for NVM to get healed. And yeah, Lukamino, even with the nades, they
what?
Back up as the tank. You can't put your arms back up, so you're getting like full damage pelted towards you, you know? So
okay, here we go.
It's a pretty big tool at dealing with the Ramatra. This might be a very quick take. NVM now on the Genji, but had to dash to touch, but instantly dealt with the pulsar torpedoes. They do end up trading Rocket for it, but the support and the backline for Nightmare are in such a good spot. Like, the sidelines are so nice that, yeah, you could just...
Okay, maybe let's watch Chronic.
Poke Scuff out, and Scuff can't peek, because you're going to get shot by the Ana, you're going to get shot by the Sojourn, and this is going to be first point.
Is this really his crosshair? What the fuck?
Anything. You get slept, you get, like, just absolutely, yeah, smashed in by the other Ramatra, and I think really nice .1 take here for Nightmare. And almost to a nano? Like, Lukamino's gonna have that in such short time. Really easy to apply here onto the Ramatra.
No, it's not a bad crosshair.
Aggressive pace. That's gonna net you the annihilation.
I just see somebody who use small crosshairs. I don't know.
Yeah, you're just rolling those ultimates. Nano, the Ram, annihilation, straight after that.
Okay.
Pulsar torpedoes can do a lot of damage though. That was definitely a mistake. Wasn't sure the remark for that, but still good.
Good try, Wub.
So we're chilling. That was perfectly placed.
What makes a bad crosshair is all preference, bro. Oh my, what? God, the only thing annoying thing about watching POVs is when they die, like, I'm trying to watch I'm just watching the event.
Rocky with the blade is just too good. This orbital ray from Leppy was playing perfectly inside of it. That was just coating the point. Easy push from Nightmare so far with this Ana comp. And that is 4 minutes and 50 seconds in the time bank going.
I'm on the face app.
Yeah, woof. That is a lot of time. It's actually been so funny to watch Circuit Royale over the last couple of days, because normally we see a lot of teams struggle to actually get this payload to the final point. And even just yesterday, I think we saw a cap. We saw a full cap from Nightmare. They might do it again. They had a lot of time going into that third point, in which they're going to have. Why was he so far forward?
Ravenous Vortex kind of annoying for NTMR, but has deflect, which is good. A small chill out session here for Nightmare. Just want to put their feet up for a little bit.
Relax side though. But he's gotta wait for somebody.
You gotta force out this Genji. Nice. Now the Genji's out. Okay, what if I just did this? I'm just doing this.
The squad. The Nightmare didn't have too much their name.
Damn, they froze line. You are funnier on YouTube. Whatever, man.
Looks like Lucamino actually switching over to the Lucio, considering maybe they need a bit more speed.
Especially if you have to.
Nah, this is annoying. I'm not doing this. Oh my god.
Yeah. I think if you're Nightmare though, you're pretty happy with that. It's like, okay, we didn't really spend too
How's my headache?
skirmishing or anything. Extinction pulled.
My head still kind of hurts. I'm kind of tired.
Going on the hunt though. Lucamino? Yeah, they're not going to overextend too far. They could get cut off. Lucamino does get out.
No, spot on. I mean, you got out 3 ultimates in the fight before, and then you got out the Ray, and now you're the
Yeah, I watched NBA Finals.
They are completely split, and Wub couldn't be playing any closer to Painkiller, was basically holding his hand. All right, Chronic with a double. Yeah, that's an overextension there by Extinction. You're thinking then why maybe MVM can get the kill.
Ibuprofen? I don't really take any like any medicine like that.
Apparently not. There's the team kill for Nightmare, and look at the ults they got coming up now.
I think you had to actually hold that close though if you were Extinction, because any further back the payload starts to move, and then you don't have nearly the nice setup that you do now here, being able to take this high ground while still having the ability to go contest that cart. And there is a lot that Extinction's gonna have to fight against.
Can he get the triple tap? No, he cannot. Uh-oh. Wub doesn't manage to take down Rockets. And unfortunately for him, his teammates are falling rather quickly. They trade Painkiller. And actually, Lucamino dies too. Okay, they managed to hold on.
Who you got in the finals? OKC.
High ground. I wonder if they're going to try and force him off. Surely, yeah. Chronic recognizes that fact and actually just gets out of there. But that 4-minute 50-second time bank, pretty light in the bank now. Only a minute to go, but classically for Circuit Royale, this map finishes no T.
We have a Ray advantage here for Nightmare. Looks good. It's a little bit tougher because Hattori does have the Annihilation with Sound Barrier, and that is just a lot of damage to chew through.
Yeah, all right, nice beat, nice Ray for Leb. Late blade here for Rocket.
I think it's a Nightmare win.
Kind of ripping and tearing through him, but he does get the reset.
Oh, if Rocket dies here, it might not be.
Back to the rest of his team though. Doesn't want to overextend, especially with this Annihilation taking everybody down. Looks like Painkiller is going to do the dirty work though, and just to the spawn as Scuff falls. Just
yeah, Nightmare won.
Little bees that he's firing out of his staff. 25 seconds to go. Rocket's still in the front line. They take down Hattori. This should be a full cap now for Nightmare with time left in the bank. MVM on the Tracer to get a final touch. Doesn't get there in time. Looking good for Nightmare. Yeah, just the support on the was too much. Even with the blade and the beat and the Annihilation. The Annihilation, a decent tool against the beat. It ticks everybody, but it's just Nightmare picking up kills. A late blade with the Ray Rose. It's too strong.
It is so strong. I think just having the Ray advantage was just
I'm new to the Overwatch 4. Can you explain what happened in the game and how it died?
The fact that you got
how did the game die? I mean, I I don't think a game ever truly dies unless they shut their own servers down.
Bro is just built
It's
different.
immortal.
I'm so impressed.
I think the game just moved towards a more casual side more than a competitive side.
Maybe just going into the.
That's really it.
Going into the camp or something. I don't know. I will aspire to have that type of Lucio skill.
Yes, I will have the highest KD of all time in OW.
The Juno
12,
skill
20,
too is
and
crazy.
0. Yeah, and Juno as well, which, okay, you're not like playing super aggro, but you
Game only dies if it's forgotten. That was tough.
So, yeah, and you're also pretty squishy. Like, she's got survivability, but like, you're squishy. Like, you are going to get like one tapped at some point, but I don't know.
I mean, Overwatch League definitely brought a lot into for Overwatch, as in like the viewership wise, hype moments, like the legacies and everything like that. But towards the end, I think it just got too expensive. Esports in general, you don't really get money from it. But like Overwatch League was just, you were for sure losing money.
No May to be seen. NVM on the Genji. Looks like they want to go over the top, see what's up.
The rest of the esports team vanished because Overwatch League is no longer a thing.
I'm a little bit nervous about this pick. I feel like it's a little bit better on the attack, just because it does help you to take these initiations. But I guess like on the defense, it helps you stave off the attack. So, but if Genji gets back there and you're not able to sleep dart it, then I think you're really screwed.
Hey man.
Yeah, a lot less room for error.
The one NA main support who made 300k an hour than did. Oh, you talking about Moth?
Just like as soon as Soroida walks up, use the shield, you just throw a nade in. And then Lep does enough healing as well by themselves to sustain Luka.
Yeah, SG1. You think Al will ever come back? No. Al was way too expensive. How much did teams have to buy in for? It was like 8 mil or something like that. Something like absolutely absurd. Teams would have to buy in for 8 million, I think. 20 mil, 20 mil, 20 mil.
A lot of damage, pulsar torpedoes, especially for someone like a Genji to follow up on. So yeah, if you can
like at the end of Overwatch League, a lot of teams were on crazy budget. Like I'm talking about, they paid every player minimum.
Oh, are they? It's not a clean one.
Yeah, Rocky gets there in time. It's still got recall. Ooh. Okay, there he goes. Painkiller's on the point now. Has got shield down as well. They didn't force Rocket out, but it's hard to, especially when they have recall. Yeah, no, the big switch that really killed Overwatch, I think, was that when they put Overwatch League on YouTube. Yep. That shit was so dumb. Nano boost with the overclock. One taps coming their way, and in fact, yeah, they can't even play the Ray at all. Scuffed a little bit too scared, and rightfully so. Chronic with the one tap.
And COVID, yeah. Not being able to be at lands. That sucked.
Was trying to hide behind the payload away from the annihilation. Got donked on the head by the pulsar torpedoes as the thrilling the thrilling Ramatra 1v1s. It's almost 1v1. They do nothing to each other as they just annihilate in front of them.
Without Overwatch League.
1 minute and 30 seconds to go for Extinction. They got beat. They got Blade. They got Overclock.
Holy hold though, like there was a perfect timing there for some of those ultimates from Nightmare, but now they're the ones that have the Ray advantage.
You would say that overall the sponsorships pulling out 21 because of sexual. I mean that was a big one too, like obviously. But I'd probably say like like a lot of the PR stuff side also probably has a pretty big impact on Overwatch. Like all the players and everything like that, all the reputations. But do you think Overwatch Esports would be a better place if we had OWCS from the start? I don't know, honestly. I never wanted to I don't know. I only competed in Overwatch CS or OWCS. I haven't competed now, so I can't really.
That bug is still in the game. It's so funny. The Ramach is just T-posing and just firing out of his face at the start. Look at Mino in a power position as well, like you were mentioning before. Look at him go. Dude, it's so stupid. Okay, now he's used the Nemesis form, so he should be fine now. Well, that's a really good anti-nade from over the top, and the nano boost available too. This is...
Hey, okay, Nightmare.
5 seconds to go, and this is going to be where Extinction are held as Nightmare hold them on that first point. They tie up the series.
Very different look this time around. Circuit Royale was decisively Nightmare's map, and now we have to look forward to what's next for the rest
If
of the
there's a team you want to join now, what team would it be? I didn't really want to play it now. I didn't want to relocate.
Slow style of play. I don't think that a lot of the maps that are left in the pool do lend themselves to that unless we're looking at hybrid, but I don't know if I like the odds of Extinction having to play that slow game plan again. When Nightmare have access to this Ana, big things are possible.
Yeah, it feels like Control.
But what if, I mean, what if you could? Probably not.
Can take.
Don't really care.
Rhino though comes in, ends up losing a map, obviously subbed out.
How much effort do Origin players put in now compared to Owl? I think players,
be a lot of the teams that are more
they definitely put in a lot of effort. Like if you want to win, you want to win. Orgs, not that much. Definitely way more than they did like stage 1 of OWCS, which is nice to see. Like there's 2 teams with team houses now. GK and Liquid have no. I think GK has a team house. I'm not sure. SSG has a team house. Liquid has a team house. Yeah,
it does match the pace of it well. So let's see. Let's see where the bands go. I think that's really going to be very telling.
You going to bed after the matches? Probably. I'm probably gonna rest a bit. I got a headache.
Support ban.
Yeah, go to the gym. Yeah, I went to the gym.
I don't think that's really a possibility for them. We'll have a small substitution though. Zomba back in. Okay, Tracer time for Extinction as NVM takes a back seat. No more Mei, no more Genji for NVM. Just Zomba back. His old tricks.
And let's not forget that when Extinction and Nightmare played each other during the Stage 2 regular season, this is one of the maps that Extinction won.
Would you hit today? I didn't go to the gym today. I went to the gym yesterday.
95 meters to 21.93. So this was like, it was like a very decisive map win on their behalf as well.
So any kind of map that you take off of
NVM is good at flex DPS. Like when you need Genji or Pharaoh. Genji, Pharaoh.
I've gone against them before, like let's just do this again. But I don't know. It did feel like that series was weird because it felt, especially after that Gibraltar game, it was like, okay, Nightmare don't really. It's not that they don't know what they're doing, but they didn't have really a handle on the series. It didn't feel like they had a handle on the game. I was like, okay, wow, we just messed up royally here, and maybe a little bit flustered, and ended up losing the next one and bringing that to a map number 5. They do have a very decent win rate on push though. Look at that, 80%, just below their escorts. So Extinction, one of their better modes too though, 50% win rate on it.
It's tough because I think a lot of these mode win percentages are very reflective of just how well the team did overall in the entire stage. And like Nightmare came out pretty much on top. Like what a great stage they had.
What's the score? 1-1. He's saying it was insane in the finals, was he?
Middle of the pack, but we're actually going to see some very different bands to what we saw from the first time Extinction and Nightmare played on this. Before it was Lucio and Mauga. And Mauga was a little bit more like highly rated in the meta, but now it's the Orisa and Symmetra band. And Orisa, what a great call. I mean, that's what Hittori used to find that success.
Yeah, Nightmare picked this map last time.
Extinction banned Sim? Oh, I think they're either
this time it is Extinction picking it
protecting the DPS ban or I don't know.
It's been a big hero recently. Well, I will say that, and I don't know if anybody saw the clip of Who Are You teleporting off of the map.
Wait, who was in the finals? Who did they play against? CR versus who?
Actually, funnily enough, but a pretty hero that is.
Nah, my wrist never gets sore from aiming.
So, Extinction, a little less threat.
Oh, T1, damn.
And Nightmare banning
Did they win? Did they beat T1?
I think Nightmare go tank wise.
So I think with the Orisa ban, maybe we're
damn.
a little bit more hazard come out from Painkiller. It doesn't look like we're getting a substitution, so I think Hazard is a good call.
Wait, so who's going to EWC for Korea?
On this map, but especially because you don't have to play into the Orisa. So do you like your chances now playing Mauga into an opposing Hazard if you're a Nightmare?
I think you do. I think
CR, T1, and AG. Zeta didn't make it again? Oh my god!
Shoot the other tank. Hazard wants to try and get like pick-offs with their DPS. I think the Mag wouldn't be too bad either. Painkiller definitely one of the better ones. When it was
Oh, they went to last chance call. I think yeah. Last chance qualifiers.
It does feel a little nicer. A little palate cleanse after what was one of the more insane metas of all time. Yeah, stage 1.
I think Malga makes some sense here. I could also just see hazards getting mirrored on both sides. But, ooh. Okay, this is actually something I was not expecting. Hittori to
Rockets on Reaper?
Then Ram for Painkiller.
I'm about to close Fred soon.
Okay, now we get the rock, paper, scissors tanks.
Or AGG, all global gamers.
Lucio for NY and Scuff, and then Lucamino on the back. Don't mind this. Okay, Malga versus the Hazard.
I'm closing it.
No Freyas either. Rob and Zomba on Tracer, same with Rocket and Chronic.
I don't think that Freya makes sense on this map. For the most part, there's not really a lot of high ground for you to play on, and I think that the Sojourn just allows you to get better angles with the power slide. You can already kind of see where a lot of this fighting is starting to take place. Most of it's going to be around that health pack.
Oh, I think Zomba's dead.
Tracers are just
Oh, what? Why did Rocket recall?
going at each other.
Yeah, that is an extreme
What?
investment there from Nightmare, sending Rocket and
Oh my god.
after Zomba.
Wait, are Nightmare playoff chokers?
Painkiller dies to Hittori.
And the Immortality Field had to get deployed too, but just not enough of that area of effect to save Painkiller's life.
Who's won games today? SSG, VP, and the Ultimates.
But that's a good push start here for Extinction. It's still going to be a pretty moot fight on both sides. Lucamino is not close enough to the amplification matrix yet. But wow, they're under so much threat. I mean, Zomba's going nuts in that back line.
Yeah, he's really, again, just trying to make Left and Lucamino's life rather hard. Yeah, Lucamino's going to die. Like, you sure you've got lamp deployed? You have like half a second. Yeah, and Zomba blink, smack, repeat as Lucamino ends up going down. This has been the main threat to Nightmare, was on control and continues to be so. Zomba's Tracer.
Wow, and with the pulse bomb available too, just throws that out immediately.
Oh, Painkiller died before the beat.
This is Painkiller with a sound barrier.
It's a little unfortunate. They trade for Tori though, but here comes the rush from Extinction. They really want this checkpoint like bad.
No way Denwai is living.
Oh, and Nenwai is caught on the wrong side of the map. Ends up getting taken down by Lucamino. Well, the supports, at least Lep, just trying to do a lot of the heavy lifting right now. Trying to kite away from the damage, but chasing down a Zomba in the end. The bot has been taken. Very big investment from Lep and Lucamino. Because now Nemway has sound barrier, and they have this this overclock as well, Rose.
Overclock is such a big deal, but I think Chronic can match that, so I kind of like Nightmare's chances, actually. Maybe you even use the overclock first. It allows you to catch up on some of this muterage that you're behind with. Yeah,
oh my.
So there we go.
Ooh, yikes.
Oh.
Oh, okay. My word. Nemwai almost got sniped out of the air there. Chronic still kills a couple. Yeah, Nemwai's... It didn't even feel like this sound.
That could have been crazy.
At all there from Nemwai, sadly.
Chronic just too.
And that was almost an Ajax.
Oh, don't say we can't get another one. What is
almost.
With BNC9s and you and Ajaxes? I swear.
I love it.
What a dangerous combination to have on broadcast. But that's going to be the lead for Nightmare. Slow roll with the pulse bomb into the annihilation. Nightmare can go ahead and cycle through both of those ults. But the cage here from Hittori.
Yeah, that's going to be the big difference maker. Probably don't even need it now either. Really nice stuff. Just a neutral fight win for Extinction with nothing invested at all. And they don't even give up checkpoint.
Yeah, now with the bot being able to move pretty quickly back over to the midpoint, you start to make up for a
Open PRs was like, shout out my 24 VCT Classic.
And then you go in with the
When did you get that?
Like, no sound barrier here. Immortality Field is only going to save you for a brief moment. So if Tori can even grab like 1 or 2 people, I actually think it's pretty good. But you don't want to be stuck in the cage with Painkiller. I think the cage versus the annihilation is not bueno.
Goodbye, team. Everybody is trapped in that small corridor. And then
Yo, Extinction are playing mad good.
Through everybody. They got checkpoint, Rose.
Yeah.
Lep dies. I mean, this is really bad for Nightmare right now. Hattori needs to be able to stay alive, though. Nope, not quite. Painkiller and Rocket end up getting 2 kills, 1 each. They got checkpoint, though, and that's all they really needed. And
Absolutely. Oh.
it's just like everywhere all at once, just chasing down Lep to the... He's chasing Lep from like one country to the next, then dude, it's
Well, shit.
yeah, Zombra's just everywhere.
This Loki can go any way.
Dead. You know, like Extinction did it. Left being alive
Yeah,
versus
dead.
well, deathless. Oh, Cage?
Solo Cage on Painkiller. I mean, that Cage got instantly destroyed. Nice reactive window actually there by Lucamino, helping destroy the Cage. And this sound barrier is going to be good for 5 for Nightmare. Okay, a bit of an overheat there, I feel like, from Extinction. Thought maybe they managed to catch out Painkiller alone, but it's actually bit them in the arse. They're going to get checkpoint and the lead on top of that as well.
I think that Cage was too early, and just having the amplification matrix, like you said, to be able to pop that Cage so that there was no value, then there's nothing else to follow it up either. So I think a positioning mistake, but now...
Wait, how did Wub not get beat?
Being a little late too.
Zomba down. Look at this. Dead Y. Dead Y. Oh, they get out of there, but Sconic's just on your high ground.
It's okay, maybe it's over. I said something about Extinction and now it might be over.
Right now. Oh dear. Chronic with a quad kill and 4.5 minutes and almost 100 meters for...
What did he say? What did he say?
No ults on the board though for either team, so it's just gonna have to be another pretty raw fight. But Chronic can keep putting up numbers like this, and Rocket's already in the back line trying to continue.
Said ass? I don't know if he's allowed to say that. Oh my god, how does
Good kill from Zomba though, but still 104 meters. So okay, we're good. We can lose this fight. We can just go again, reset in the mid. Yeah, that's exactly what they're gonna do.
You're getting the good contests, so at least that's going to stall off a little bit of time. But now we're going to get a couple more ultimates up, like Zomba's
early pulse to secure the deal.
Acacia Matrix from Lucamino. Actually, I don't know how impactful that's going to be. At the midpoint, maybe you're able to play around the corner with that ult, but really all lies here, I think, on the DPS of Extinction with this pulse and the overclock soon here for Wub.
Nice, you want.
Doesn't want to get his head stomped on there, so dodges Hattori. This window, I'd imagine, from Lucamino, I mean, you could save it for Cage, in all honesty. I don't think that would be a bad option whatsoever. Painkiller going disastrously low. Has to pop the Nemesis form. Okay, you have to pop window now, because Painkiller's just too low. All right. That's a nice little force there from Extinction.
Oh my.
Oh, and a railgun from Wub. Catches Rockets. And now can unleash this overclock. Okay, Painkiller's at least playing around this little shield here, trying to check Wub, but unlikely to stay alive for too much longer. So they do end up trading a support ult there for a
actually winnable.
Overclock, but with only 2 minutes to go, Rose, and 40 meters to catch up on. It's going to be hard.
That's really not that much meterage, though, when you think about it. I mean, you're already moving the barricade again. Extinction have the ultimate advantage.
Who am I rooting for? Honestly, Extinction, the underdogs.
Fight with the Cage, as long as the Cage doesn't get used too early, the amplification matrix is gone. You know, the Cage can only save so many people here from the sound barrier either.
Lep is waiting for this Cage as well to be deployed to throw in that sound barrier. Annihilation is going to help Painkiller stay alive, and they're just contesting the point currently. Here's the beats.
Oh my god.
Hits 5, and now Victoria wants to use the Cage. They have to deal with the overhealth. They're chasing down Wub, and there's the Cage, but what effect does it have? Well, I'll tell you. 0. Hattori is going to go down, and that Annihilation was basically used to its full effect. I don't think that Painkiller...
No way.
...of that Annihilation. And that's Extinction falling. But almost the final hurdle. They close to getting...
I didn't even... What?
Really bad fight for them to lose as well, because they...
How did they lose with Cage and Carry?
Like having the Cage and the pulse bomb available.
What?
I think the fact that the Nightmare, we saw them kind of pull the trigger first on a lot of these ultimates. Having the Annihilation and then the sound barrier to back you up, it just was not enough. Like, that Cage came down way too late after the damage had already been done. So now we're back in this midpoint. Now Nightmare have even more ultimates to use.
This flank cannot be... No, it's not going to work. It's not going to work.
Last time now.
Nice little flank from Chronic, but needs to land the headshots.
All right, he missed everything.
As Lucamino has already gone down. There's a minute to go. Hattori taking a lot of the damage from Chronic right now, but yeah, undecided where Chronic kind of wanted to play. Although, to be fair, with Lucamino also dead, it was very tough to stay in the fight with just Lucio heals. But here comes the great reset with a 45-second time bank to go.
Still gonna be
I mean, okay, Nightmare has window on the high ground. This is...
in order to take the victory. Nightmare have
Hopefully they don't kill 6 people with this window.
Lucamino and Left don't get caught out by this Tracer, then it does look good, but I look at the threat that they're under.
That's a pretty shitty window.
Early.
It's a nice spot, unfortunately.
But Hattori's kind of trolling the game.
Anymore, but it's all good because they've stolen the bot. They are just running away with it to mid, and Extinction need to catch it at some point. They've got high ground, but high ground is not good enough.
Oh, especially when it's now going back over the midpoint.
Bro,
And have to chase.
This is ridiculous. Okay, Hattori is on the point, but everybody now is so split, so it's easy for the DPS of Nightmare to pick people off.
Wait.
Wub and Scuff end up coming out of big kills. This bot steal not working out like Nightmare.
Oh my god, and Scuff doesn't get traded, bro.
Getting back into the territory where Extinction, the shoe is on the other foot. They've got the cage again, the overclock. They're gonna have this rush, and yes, they're gonna have to play on the cart. But could you imagine Nightmare actually walking into a Malga cage? Leppy's gonna have to have the biggest sound barrier of his life, and that's if he gets it online.
I'm calling it right now, Lep Ajax.
Needs it first.
But,
He's 10% away. There's a lot of ults for Nightmare. They just need to stall out. Rush is going to
do it, Lep.
First here from Extinction, and Wub is just going to hopefully just knock people over with this overclock. Nice little cage there in the front line. Lep 1% away from the sound barrier, but needs it. 1%. Lep needs 1% for the beat.
No.
He hits 3, but is it enough? Lucamino right now is the one to touch. Wub ends up going down, but the trickling health bars of Nightmare.
Shoot the Lou, shoot the Lou, shoot the Lou. No way.
On this point,
oh my god.
Come back on
oh my god.
Find themselves in match point situation.
They won before, they win again, and now staring down the barrel of being able to continue their run through this lower bracket. Our Nightmare boomed.
Our Nightmare boomed? Oh my god. Necro just sounded like Capacilli in my chat. Every time like a team would lose a fight, Capacilli would type, are they boomed? Yep.
We can pick up these clean kills, like people are isolated, but then one comes up with a double, and actually Extinction weren't all over the place. It was Nightmare that were completely split. That is an incredible fight to come back from. 100+ meters to like 60.
This is actually insane.
Like Avril Theorem territory, but definitely a point where you're feeling confident in you just...
I was legit typing that when she said, I just knew you were going to type that.
I think it's tough because there were a couple of fights there that maybe were a little bit unexpected.
Our Nightmare just playoff chokers?
Win in terms of the ultimate advantage, but I think that's just like how speaks volumes how close this matchup really is. I mean, the map here came down to the wire. And
that was the longest 99% sound barrier I've ever seen from Lep. Like he was on 99%. What felt like in a
he was on 99 like forever.
Just needed one Cheerio to land, like one lick of healing, and like you mentioned, Rose, that cage. If they just cage one person, if they get that kill, like that might just be the win. And that beat didn't come in quick enough. They tried to go for this flank, like wrap around sound barrier, only hit 3. A very close game, 31-31 deaths, similar KDAs as well. Unbelievable stuff.
Just a Extinction all over.
They're a match point.
Oh my god. Yeah, the closeness cannot be understated. It's truly going back to the very first map, how close a lot of those stats were.
Painkiller crashing on VZ probably. That guy's the type to do that.
Nightmare, I think they have a good shot.
Oh yeah, Puggo.
Map that's gonna tie it up.
Selecting upgrades to match new user. And then getting something out there, there could not be a better time for something to come out with a huge Yoru ult. He's been hot and cold with them, let's say.
I think a level up is in order.
face team forwards, and after that connection quick spots him out something. Guiding the rest of his team in.
Oh my god.
Not far behind, a bit of spam into the back of the box. This is it.
KD got traded to the Rockets?
About 5. All on the line for them. Something with the
paranoia
exit
back
all the way
all. I
out.
don't know if
Alpha's
they
all the way in.
Oh.
Just drops them in their trap.
Alpha.
Alpha cleans up
3v3.
Poster.
Forsaken's
Left
low.
reeling. But the two huge players from Fnatic.
No, I'm telling you, Boaster is at 3K here.
Fnatic are gonna have to try to
Oh my
close with all the
God.
tower
Spam?
crashes.
Oh, he's
Never mind.
I think. Right?
see him?
Yeah, I think he spammed the waterfall.
Paybrick's looking to stay alive in this map. Fnatic want to send it that much deeper. TPs
Planted save.
all around,
They have to
sowing
fight it. They
chaos
have to
into
fight
the
it. Planet
mix.
save.
Crashes,
Look at C's.
deep with the seas and a haunt on top of it.
C's eye.
So could not be even better there.
Oh!
Oh my god! We
Dude,
got overtime.
Thoughts, man.
This is so stressful.
We're playing with our emotions, dude.
Nah!
We're going to Hollywood. Nightmares.
Let's go to Hollywood.
Tracer as Extinction ban Lucio.
The Tracer ban certainly going to be targeted at Zomba. I feel like Zomba has been such a big issue in the last couple of maps being able to play the Tracer on first and third. Now you take a look at Hollywood. Imagine the flank routes you get a chance to shut down here. You force Zomba to have to play something else, likely going to be the Genji. And that's a little bit easier, I think, to plan around rather than this Tracer that has so many pesky flank routes.
Back on to the Orissas as well. And then Scuffed and then White on the BAP and the Brigitte there. Yeah, Zomba on the Genji. Definitely nothing to be worried about. But Tracer, definitely their preferred hero. Like, the Tracer we already saw on like Control is just so good. Nightmare probably going to run the same thing. Although with Chronic on the Cassidy, I like this. I like that we're seeing a lot more Cass. I think it's definitely
Oh my God.
been warranted with how much Freya we've had.
Oh, Boaster!
With Freya receiving these like small
Boaster,
changes
no!
here and there, Cass is really
Oh my God!
and been a bit of an overachiever in terms of like damage numbers and stats too. Like,
Bro, it's a PRX win.
good. Especially someone like
It's a PRX win.
Yes, I think with the Orisa too, it just plays a lot better since you can play close. And with something like the Mag Grenade, imagine you tag one of those Genjis. It's way easier to be able to take them out. And I love that Nightmare playing together.
No. Fnatic need to win.
The attacking spawn and immediately start to make the swing around the backside. But are also biding their time, you know?
Imagine Chronicle gets his 4th ring.
Where we see the defense sit from, looks like it's going to be Cafe for now. But if you do end up going to the backup point, the Nightmare is able to match you there.
Scuff's playing in a pretty aggressive spot for the BAP. Oh dear.
Wow.
Chronic in the little corridor. The lamp deployed there around the corner is just so annoying to play against. And you can see like Scuff trying to peek up, just trying to do damage, heal the rest of his team. But you pop the lamp around the corner and like, you can't kill it if you're the defenders. And so you're just left, but you have to run down the stairs, but you're just going to get donked a few times in the head. Yeah, Chronic on the Casty. Pretty good. So that was almost inevitable. Nightmare do end up taking the point to get the payload going.
Oh yeah, let me close Preds.
Yeah, I was like still kind of taken aback by Nunwide dying there because Scuffed had the regenerative burst and then still had that I think the immortality field. So I wonder if it just came out just a split second too late or the regenerative burst wasn't enough.
I don't know where to move the camera. I'm just good luck. Good luck, have fun.
So I think the damage output has been pretty immense from both of these Cassidys.
Dude, what is Lep? Oh my god, Leppy! What is happening over there? Lep was like super low, got lamped, and then Chronic tried to come in for the save. Lep having to use the rally to almost
No way he's gonna go with 13-13.
That seems like a
2v4 right now from PRX.
I wonder what else you would be saving it for. So I think maybe Nightmare really thought they would be able to win the fight. Look at all of the other ults that they have coming online. But I think the fact that they were so out of position and that got punished by Extinction, it does make the use of the rally look a lot worse than maybe what it could have been. Now you don't have that online for something like the Blade. I mean, the fact that Zomba has that online already, Extinction has their choice here of what they want to use, and it's going to be windowed first.
Uh-oh. No land for you. Fortunately, though, Lucamino does manage to get back to it.
No, Boaster. Boaster, oh my!
Out of his own
2v3? 2v2! Oh my god.
The rally as well. They're going to keep this fight going.
PRX won? No way!
the Terror Surge. High Noon from around the corner.
No way, PRX1! No fucking way!
Pay their lives for overstaying near that point.
Oh my god, they lost a 4v2!
I mean, high ground control, but on top of that, you might have Blade and Rally that you can use together. And all of a sudden, it doesn't look so bad. Love used it as early as he did. The Rocket can pull the trigger first here with the Blade, and that might be good enough to be able to...
Bro, Chronicle almost had 4 rings!
Look at the wraparound Wub is taking. Really good space. Also, just the flank route here. Nice angles to get the back line. Oh, whip shot from... I think that was like max range.
Yeah, it was. Very aggressive land there from Lucamino. Yeah, easy cleanup. There's just no chance you actually end up surviving there. A lot of slashes onto the brig. That'll do it. That'll be Nightmare capping this second point.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking maybe there could be a touch, but I think everybody is already spawned too far away. But look at how much space it's created here for Nightmare now. Rally for Lep. You're going to have the window from Lucamino and a little bit too, so the rally buys you enough time.
Man, fuck PRX. I'm saying!
Around this couple of corners with this is pretty wide open territory. It's going to feel nice to be able to have that space creation. But we already see Extinction drop down to the low here to try to fight this out. Oh, I think this is very
look at Lep's
exploitable.
positioning currently too.
I don't hate PRX. Like, I like both teams.
People in doesn't end up getting speared away. They end up reclaiming
But
that space and basically just pop the rally if Extinction.
the way Chronicle and Alpha Year play,
All that window though, very
inspirational, man.
Straight away, and yeah, no rally used here from Lep. Web's already killed 2 people, so gonna want to back off.
Oh wow!
Good flick shots.
Great shots there from Wub. Now you can really see the strength of the Cassidy in this particular.
I don't know. Extinction been playing really good.
Play close to the Orisa, and you're also able to have those mag grenades for something like the Genji. But Nightmare's still in, I think, a pretty good spot to try to close this out. They also had 3 minutes left on the bank, and Terror Surge active here for Painkiller.
Yeah, looking for somebody. High Noon. Oh, nice eat actually. On the spear. There's the Terror Surge, and there's the rally deployed by Nenwai. Terror Surge coming through from Hattori as well, but this High Noon from Chronic is going to line a lot of people up. Good spear, though. However, from the Orisa, just end up cancelling that High Noon and watch would have been a death sentence for at least 2 players. Chronic landing a long-range headshot on Scuffed, but fight's already done, I'm afraid.
And the deflect there too from Zomba is going to help make sure that Extinction can dig their heels into the sand. And that's another minute that's going to be eaten off the clock.
Is this going to go map 5?
Through some of their best ultimates into that last fight. And so now they've got to look at the Blade and this amplification matrix that are not quite ready to go. And now 2 minutes here. Zomba can also just go ahead and use the Blade first. But this is going to be very telling. If Extinction with this here, then they're looking really good to get the hold.
Oh, Zomba dashing around the corner real quick to try and take out the lab. Defensive use of the window. You take that trade though if you're Extinction, because now you have a window of your own. And it's a very hard spot to kind of survive against if you're trying to push up. Window onto the left-hand side, and yeah, Wub just shooting through it. Easy as you like as he kills Lucamino. Everybody's split now for Nightmare, so a couple of staggered deaths. This time bank is slowly whittling away. A good defense from Extinction so far.
Excellent. You've got the Terror Surge with the rally. You're actually going to force Nightmare into a position where they actually want a little bit of speed. Because the Lucio's off the board, it's going to force Lucamino to go over to the Juno if you want to have that hyper ring to get you around.
Bitch!
It has been a little tough because I think you do need the Juno now to try to close the gap. And with only 1 minute and 15 left, like you're really starting to run out of time to try to get these ultimates out of Extinction.
Well, here comes the Blade from Rocket straight to the backline. He's already got a reset. Oh, deflect. Yeah,
Oh.
Turn around in time, and actually looks like he cancelled his High Noon. Rocket the Surgeon in and out. Very quick and clean.
Oh my god, so winnable.
Terror Surge 2 and a bash as well. Hits 2.
Oh, Nightmare used to have so many ults.
Unbelievable bash. Painkiller used the Terror Surge, dragged everybody in, Lep hit the 2-person bash so they couldn't escape that damage. Very well executed from Nightmare. They invest a lot into that fight, but they have to. Overtime approaching, but Extinction have got nothing left either.
I just like use the Dupe Fist Tech to try to get out of spawn because they know that things are
Oh, Zomba's dead?
Zomba going down here, that's going to be a great opening for Nightmare.
High control's really nice from Extinction, but Wub just can't get these kills. Tori's the last person left on the point. So this will be a full cap. Okay, well, I guess Scuff's there as well. Scuff's in the back line, but 14 seconds in the time back there for Nightmare. Importantly, over the attack of Extinction finished with a minute or
Extinction would have loved to get that down to overtime.
None crossing things up.
Then you have like it's still a difficult win condition, but there's a clear win condition there. You just finished over a minute, but yeah, 14 seconds is good enough. And the Juno pick, like, it just really did work out perfectly. You didn't need it necessarily for anything else other than just to get that earlier swing. As you saw the Hyper Ring go down, and Nightmare just kind of pushed past that Orisa shield and are able to really capitalize on that area control that Juno provided. Even Lucamino actually going over to the Kiriko just to be able to swift step back into the fight after the Juno gets taken out. Sealed the deal there for Nightmare, so really great heads-up play to pick that hero choice.
Man, Lep's KD must be crazy this series. 14-4 on the attack.
Lep's been crushing it.
Looking good for Nightmare. Yeah, that line looks really good for Nightmare. A team everybody thought would probably be, what, 3rd or 4th? I think a lot of people pegged Geek, Team Liquid, maybe Space Station, and then Nightmare, or Space Station and Nightmare kind of jostling for that 3rd, 4th spot. Nightmare had a fantastic regular season. Caught Liquid on more of a down.
Let's go.
And took that series 3-0. But now Extinction catching them on a weird, little trough in their gameplay and taking that Runasapi. Extinction's still on match point. It feels like a map 5 is inevitable, but
honestly,
the thing that we know about Extinction is that
depending on how this map goes,
secret sauce in them.
They've got that clutch.
yeah, the winner of this match plays
I
SG.
think that's where things get a little scary.
I don't think it's today, right? It's next week, or is it today? I'm pretty sure it's next week.
They're really just hoping that they can have yet another statement. Like we saw on Circuit Royale, they would love to see a full hold.
Oh my god, Zombo?
Rocket's got a dash. Should be able to get out. There we go. Alright, nice little hold. Only using Chronic.
Oh, they last lap too!
Oh, and left. Oh, that's kind of frustrating there for Lucamino.
We already watched SG. What are you talking about?
Is quite nice. The fact that you got that
Yeah, a lot of healing damage.
early. Yeah. It's not just Lep putting up those big numbers, but Lucamino's got to be a little bit cautious. There's been some good target damage going to that back line.
All right, without the Lucios, does mean Lep made it back in time. Oh, through the window, yeah. Wordland does land a body shot onto the Baptiste, but Lucamino had the lamp up, so there wasn't.
I don't know. I had eggs and yogurt today for breakfast.
Create space in the back line. Solo kills Lucamino.
I don't know what I'm eating for dinner.
Sent to the sky, but that Terror Surge brings everybody in that staircase together, and that blade is just gonna.
Oh my goodness.
Final nail in the coffin there for Rocket. Terror Surge blade in that small corridor. That's a Genji's dream of resets.
Just take us to map 5.
Extinction have got that combo themselves. They just have to get through this rally.
You also have to find the positioning to use it. And it
No
is
lunch?
a little bit
Nah,
tough when
well,
you're playing around
I haven't been up for that long. I might take a nap after this.
But if you're able to maybe,
Because my head's still hurting, I'm
get
kinda
back to
tired.
this small Overwatch with the staircase. Yeah.
They're completely split right now.
They're
Scuffed
looking
is
for
in choke. Blade, Terror Surge come out. Oh, Hattori insta-kills the backline. Okay, Painkiller.
No nap, 10K games. Bet you heard the boss. Let's go.
The kill only just came through. So initially there, I thought maybe Scuffed and Extinction gonna have a tough time finishing this point, but it took so long for Painkiller to get that kill. Extinction just jumped on the opportunity. An easy fight.
And playing around that staircase, like that fight looks very different, I think, if you actually play around the point. But you get stuck there, and Hattori steals the thunder from Zopa.
Bro, should I get 3 burgers, a shake,
Works out,
and chicken
and
nuggets?
Extinction now looking at this High Noon from Wub, who played on the cart. You can also kind of force Nightmare to have to cower on the high ground. But it is a little bit harder, I think, from Extinction from this point, because you trying to match the high ground. Yeah, you gotta get ready with those bashes.
Peekaboo. Oh!
Saying this and going to the gym?
Whip shot off the high ground. Oh, there's the
Oh my god!
Oh, Painkiller. Woo. Okay, Painkiller. A little 5K.
Who's played for so far? SSG, SSG, Sakura, VP, and Peps, Team Ultimate, and Genji.
Not often. That was a beautiful Terror Surge. Nice whip shot from Lep too.
How long you in the gym for?
Off of the high
Like
ground.
the time, or how long have like days I've been in the gym?
Window in cafe of all places. Okay. You really don't
Time?
want to be in there.
Usually now I'm like 40, 50 minutes now.
Window of their own. And, oh, man,
Maybe a little bit longer, but
spear spin into the corner.
Wow, it does not look like it's going to be a full hold, but it sure looks like it's going to be a close hold. You got the blade now. Really, Extinction have struggled. Cafe control looks great here for Nightmare. Rocket with the blade can kind of start to play a little bit.
2 hours is a lot at the gym, bro. 2 hours.
Still this split approach from Extinction. A couple of people actually going over.
Usually I'd like warm up with cardio, but now I'm trying to do warm up sets. But I might go back to warming up with cardio. Like I just do like 10 minutes on the Stairmaster on like a medium speed, and then I start working out. I do warm up sets, then I go into it, and at the end I finish with the Stairmaster again.
Holding as far forward as humanly possible, and it's working. Terror Surge does it again, deploy Hattori, but everybody from Nightmare is fine. Like the health bars were pretty damn high when Hattori unleashed that ult, and now there's 1 minute and 30, and this payload just barely moved for this choke.
What? Like, you even ever type in this chat? How are you redeeming VIP?
Members, like Camino is still walking back from spawn, but yeah, you get the Terror Surge out, and now I think things look even easier here for Nightmare. You got your
I need to see this.
Surge, the rally to be able to also make sure that it's easier. Look.
Rally bash. The bash was tanked there by Hattori.
You have 6 messages.
Looks like just a reset.
All right, bro. Hold on. How do I VIP?
A little bit of overhealth and then go for another engage. The Zomba duels out. High noon from Chronic on the high ground. Wub on the low.
Okay, 1 second. 1 second. 1 second.
This is going from bad to worse. From Extinction. They're
1 second. 1 second.
I wouldn't say haphazardly, but they are just straight up losing these fights. But they're hardly getting picks.
Oh, and Hattori's gonna get staggered. Wow, yeah, I mean, the delayed kill there is really rough because look at where the payload just stopped. Now Extinction have less than 30 seconds to regroup. Hattori has just respawned, and you still need to
I got you, bro.
manage to get Zomba into a position to use this blade. But Nightmare, they've got high ground control. They're gonna have this window. You've got to walk.
Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond.
Are you able to wall dash up? But it's like they see this. Nightmare are ready. They know that this blade is active.
There's the window from Luke Camino. Can imagine that's on the high ground. So Chronic's going to make full use of it. Terror Surge to bring everybody together. Blade from Zomba.
Looks like we're going to a map 5.
And Rocket's just going to carve them up.
Okay, who do you think is going to win? Map 5 Nightmare or Map 5 Extinction? Who do you think is the lights are going to get too bright for?
Was nothing but a nightmare for Extinction.
This has been such a back and forth series. It has not looked close when we've got to clear attack and defending sides, looking at both escort and hybrid. But when it comes down to
Wait, hold on, I'm gonna get a snack.
Type, Jack, I don't know. I think this is a toss-up. I think it really could be either team. If Extinction can have those clutch moments like they have had on Runasafi as well as Control, then it's going to be Extinction's game. But if Nightmare can keep their composure and keep finding these first picks, it's their series. I cannot believe it all comes down to this, a map 5.
Yeah, I mean, and it's probably gonna, I'm hazarding the guess, it's probably New Junk City because that's the map that Nightmare did not look good on yesterday. I mean, sure, they could go back in the VOD and see what they did wrong, but like it was a flattening of epic proportions. This Hollywood though, let's talk about this real quick. Impressive performance from Nightmare. Really nice ult combos, whether it's the Terror Surge, the Blade, or like the Terror Surge into like a rally at the very end here. It was a nice bash from Lep, just stunning multiple people, and aggression, and not fearing anything either. And I think maybe that's what happened to Nightmare yesterday. Maybe they were a bit like hesitating, like, oh, it's Liquid, the name value is crazy, and not really trying to push Liquid to their limits. They weren't playing their own game, but this very much felt like it with how close these holds were, especially on this second point.
I think that something that's also been quite defining is when you take a look at Nightmare, they're not afraid to use ultimates when they're also down a player. I think it has not worked out very well for Extinction, but when Nightmare's done it, they looked amazing. Yeah, this was not close. Hollywood was absolute beatdown.
64 deaths is an insane number. Only and to be fair, Nightmare was about 30 deaths, 94 across the board for a Hollywood that didn't even go into extra rounds, which is kind of wild actually. A high kill game. Yeah. Now we go to no surprise, New Junk City. I mean, now Nightmare have just got to kind of forget what happened yesterday against Liquid, right? That recurring nightmare cannot crop up again, and Extinction are going to try and pounce on this. This is their opportunity to be the underdogs. No pressure coming into this playoffs rose. They were 2-5 in the regular season, -6 map diff. Like a team that, you know, okay, we took Nightmare to a map number 5. Like that was kind of crazy, but everybody chalked that up as well. Nightmare just kind of dropped the bag. Weird comps on Gibraltar, etc. Like, it's whatever. Like, no, this won't happen again. Nightmare was 6-1. Like, it's okay. But now Extinction have a real opportunity to turn that narrative on its head. However, if you look at the mode win percentage, 16% win rate for Extinction going to this mode, which is you don't have to be a statistician to realize that's not that high.
No, that is probably one of the worst win percentages that we've seen out of our top 6 teams for map type. So this would be the upset of the century, like of epic proportions. If Extinction win this, I think they should feel very, very, very good about going ahead.
I'm not gonna lie,
that matchup
the stats of Extinction winning on Flashpoint is actually insane. 11% is crazy.
No shot of being able to make it to the mid-season. And New Junk City, what a way to end it on. Yeah, Nightmare yesterday, like, big stock of what happened. We had an Orisa and a Kiriko band here from New Junk City. It was a 0-3 flattening. They played like Freya Ramatra. It was also kind of a weird comp for New Junk City.
Cyclone is in 5 months.
No substitutions either. Just want to point that out now. So we're not seeing NVM or anything.
One game to make EWC.
Is the bracket for you too. Winner here advances, like you said, Rose, to face SSG. That GKTL game is going to be a slapper as well in the upper finals. Obviously, both teams have already qualified for mid-season, but a lot of prize money on the line. That season stage 2 championship obviously is going to be a nice little trophy to have on the Wikipedia. Let's have a look at the bands. Orisa for Extinction, and then Sombra for Nightmare.
Oh, the Orisa ban.
Sombra.
It's happening all over again, Jack. There's no Orisa on the table. Does that mean we're stuck with this painkiller Ramatra? It worked out well on circuit, but ooh, I don't know about this.
It's gonna have to be, I think.
Lining up here.
A little ram. Yeah, how did tea leaves line up like that? I'm not sure. I have no idea.
My magic ball told me.
Okay, your magic. Okay.
Is it a Honeycrisp? I have no idea, man. I think it's like a pink lady. I don't know.
I trust. Now, if you think about Extinction, how, like, especially how the stage has kind of progressed as well, I don't think Sombra is actually a bad ban whatsoever. It's been Wub has been playing it every now and then, and I think Sombra has had really good effect against something like a ram, like anything that involves like you going in, even like a hazard, like anything that's a little bit vulnerable, no shields kind of play around. Sombra has been a rather big pain. Now the ultimate from Sombra, the EMP, it takes a little while to charge up, but like you're getting at least one big EMP fight per point normally. If you're like dealing a lot of damage, if you're getting kind of shut down, the Sombra becomes a little bit of a paperweight, but you get one big EMP fight per point, and you're like, okay, you're pretty confident in taking them because of how quickly the points tick up. And sure, you got Lucio to get back, but I think it's a really smart ban from Nightmare, and it's something that they've struggled against as well. Don't forget as well to connect your Twitch account to your Battle.net account to earn some drops for this playoffs. Obviously, you should by now have the top run of playoffs drops, but next weekend there'll be some more as well. A nice little gold theme. Black and gold, it never gets old.
The desk didn't seem too jazzed about these, but I really like the icon and the name. I like the second nameplate too.
Yeah, look also the Mythic shop with the black and gold variants of the Mythic skins. Look at the Genji one that I think Rocket was running. I think it looks clean. Black and gold never gets old. Like it's such a classic color combination.
That kind of rhymed. Black and gold never get old.
Link your Twitch account as we boot up into this map number 5, Extinction and Nightmare. It feels like Nightmare have one kryptonite, and it is Extinction. It is wild we're going here again. The audience were voting that Nightmare were going to win this one, 90% to 10% for Extinction. But where do we find ourselves? New Junk City, as Nightmare and Extinction fight for that semi-finals lower bracket spot against SSG. Only one can come out on top as we load on in.
No Orisa on the table, and we will not be able to see the Sombra either.
I'm closing prides. I'm closing prides. I'm closing prides.
Try to find a different look.
After I get back from washing my hands.
Is it gonna come down to Amalgam Mirror?
Oh god. Might be. I mean, ram into the Amalgam Mirror, especially on like a control map. I like it. I think this is a good pickup here for Extinction. Banning that Orisa. A lot harder to play the Malga into the Orisa with all the damage and all the neutral. You saw what happened on Runasapi, of course. It did end up going Extinction's way, but still a tough matchup. So a lot of these games, Lucamino and Lep on Curie Lucio. It's going to be almost a complete mirror here, but Zomba, of course, on the Tracer.
All right, I'm closing them.
Has been the X factor in this series. So
Are you more spearmint or wintergreen toothpaste?
So much clutch potential. All of those pulse bombs, I think just the annoyance in the backline. It's going to force out a lot of those very important skills from these supports. No Swift Step from the Kiriko, no Suzu. It's going to make it even easier for Extinction to be able to get the drop.
How does Chronic kill 2 instantly?
Is that collapse?
Oh, nice. That was a nice little collapse from Chronic. Okay. Now he's feeling himself. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness. Oh, what's happening? Jack, no. Oh, maybe Nightmare can actually get the clutch and follow through on this map 5 this time around. But we do need the taxi, I think. Yeah, left going back to just make sure that it's going to be a full team.
No.
5.
First point actually set. No. Whoever wins first point always wins flash point. It's the truth nuke.
5%. It's just a little bit. Gotta hope that snowballs into the first flash point capture. It's already looking a lot better, but yeah, Chronic has got to have these clutch moments too. So let's see if he can keep going with the Sojourn.
Already forced the Swift Step from Scuff. Not under too much pressure though. Oh, late Suzu, unable to save Wub. This is looking pretty dire for Extinction on this first point.
Hitori.
Rocket couldn't even see.
Well, Chronic is killing everyone though, man.
End up getting the kill. Not sure how you can see Hitori. Mauga's a pretty big character model. Final attempt here though.
Wait. Oh my god.
Pretty good character to have on the point though. This Mauga very self-sustaining, and Hitori and Nenwai are going to come up with.
Hitori is so good at Mauga.
And look at all the healing that Nenwai and Scuff are going to get from this. So Hitori back up to full. You've got a taxi coming through from Nenwai, and now the defense here for Extinction. Somebody with a pulse bomb. I mean, careful where that Tracer comes from. Gotta watch all of your angles because you know that Tracer is going to be hunting left.
But Chronic has a really early solo.
Really early rush there, right onto the point as well. So Extinction gonna have a tough time fighting into this one. Although they do end up using themselves.
Oh my god. Then I beat. Chronic has one. He messed up his slide.
Chronic's in trouble though. 50 HP, but the blade from Rocket is gonna punish the overextensions from Extinction. They tried to.
Oh my god, it's already.
They got the kill.
No. Rocket.
Rocket. A nice blade. A triple kill for the Genji as Nightmare claimed the point.
Yeah, there's a couple % left, but no way Extinction is going to be able to come in and touch this. So, should be a flashpoint. But wait,
wait.
Actually comes in the nick of time there to at least trigger the overtime. But is there enough gas left?
There is one more touch, and Hitori does have the cage, but Wub ends up going down.
Oh my god. No, bro, Wub needs to stop dying.
Now Hitori just has to deal with it.
Rocket won. Rocket won.
Trying to jump in there, try and finish off Hattori, but Hattori is just so tanky on this point. They've got a good angle on the Mauga as Chronic just kind of picking people off one by one. But Extinction could.
Oh my Chronic legacy game.
But it's just Hattori left to stall this out before the inevitable Nightmare clean up Hattori, and then they take the flashpoint. Now there's no chance for any other touchers. So it's gonna be that first flashpoint going over to Nightmare. They had to use everything but that final clutch. Leaves them with the first approach here to the second flashpoint. They get this set up immediately.
They definitely get a better position. What about OC though? This overclock.
Oh my scuffed. Oh my scuffed.
Rocket already dead. Good little push from Extinction. Lep tried to get an off angle initially, but yeah, Extinction put him in the grave.
And that's just the big difference there of Extinction playing as full team of 5.
W91 plays for GK right now.
Value from that cardiac overdrive. Look at Hattori just kind of holding that front line.
Okay, they have no support though. This is the perfect time for you to go fast with Sojo. This is the perfect time for you to go fast with Sojo.
Overclock, and I love that he held on to this now for this next engagement.
Yes!
Yeah, he's gonna pop it as soon as Nightmare trying to make that.
You need to kill though. You need to kill though.
Rush too, so
No. Okay, worth.
Trading their sojourns, but this is a large investment Extinction that you need to win. Lucamino dies. Okay, good stead. If you didn't win that, that's a large investment.
Oh my god, Scuffed is playing so good.
But now Nightmare, now they get their chance.
Can you hit a glue spread later?
Team kill.
Yeah, you want to see it?
Soon. They're gonna have the beat.
And depending on how long it takes Nightmare, I mean, Extinction might just be in Last Fate territory. They've got to get the regroup and pulse bomb. Some of us had some time here to now actually set up for it. But Rocket sees Zomba. You cannot let this Tracer get the best of you.
Oh my god, no. I actually just saw the Bitcoin enter Rocket's account. What the fuck?
Smack on the head. Chronic's found one with the overclock, but can't deal with this.
Oh!
It's almost too good. But Chronic with a 180 shot to the dome, delivering some budget brain surgery there.
Chronic cannot do more, bro.
He does end up killing Painkiller, but it's 1 HP, so ends up just exiting stage right.
Chronic legit can't do more.
Get some healing though. This is not really that much progress to give up. Tori gets to come back in with a cage, sound barrier as well. It might be like a Venn diagram of pain here. Like Painkiller's got one up pretty soon too, but
wait, cage the backline, cage backline, cage backline. Wait, the B. Well, how did Chronic get another one? Oh my god. B cage. If we lose this, okay.
No one is shooting Chronic right now. Eventually, it does end up going down to Scuffed. But Painkiller is alive on the point, and with your Mauga up, it's very hard to finish these fights. As soon as you get the cardiac overdrives going, it's...
Oh my, Scuffed is playing out of his mind! No.
Someone shut down is very hard. There is a rush on the point.
Scuffed is playing out of his mind!
Keep themselves alive. Actually, a Zomba kills Lep with the help of...
Scuffed is killing everybody!
Point around completely.
Wow, that Kitsune Russia looked like a lot to throw in, but if it's going to be a flashpoint, that is well worth your investment. And Scuffed, I think, actually picked up a triple. There was a lot going on there, but Scuffed having those clutch moments. It's this team. I don't know what it is. I want to know what they eat for breakfast, but like...
Dude, I need Wub to come alive. If Wub comes alive, Extinction wins.
Double DPS ults for the next flashpoint. And while Nightmare are able to beat them there, I don't think that matters anymore. Like, they had this setup on the last flashpoint, and Extinction still won because of their positioning mistakes.
Pulse bomb dodged by Chronic. This overclock doing a lot of damage to Painkiller right now. It's taken 4 direct shots. Yep, and there's Tori with the finish off. Good kiting from Wub too.
Don't die. Fuck.
Down to Lucamino, but Lucamino is the lone warrior right now for Nightmare. Oh, actually styled on.
Oh, what a big pick onto the Tracer, but unfortunately,
they gotta chase this kill. Oh, there's the swift step. Nice work. Yeah. And in fact, Rose, this is going to be a quick re-engage from Nightmare.
Nightmare has so many ults, bro. This is a loss.
Double kill, gets out, gets the point, hits the rush.
This is a lost fight.
The cardiac overdrive, but this blade's it really. Yeah, you can't win this.
Yeah, you can't win this.
Rocket is Rocket is looking clean with these blades as well. Target acquisition. He's like the Terminator.
Okay, as long as Extinction doesn't blow their load of support ults, they should be like pretty okay in this next fight. It can go any way.
It has been such a showstopper. Then by not having that sound barrier online as well made it easier for Nightmare to be able to win out that fight. But looking good to roll into the next one. They also have the sound barrier match.
Start with Kiri. They're gonna Sojo when we Kiri, and then when they're gonna have better beat. Oh, actually, they already started Sojo. Kite this, kite this, kite this.
They just back up completely.
How is one dead? How is one dead? Oh my god, Leb died with beat!
He's got a bit of positioning, sure. A lot of heads to shoot, but this
Tori
barrier from them Y is going to make sure Extinction win this fight with ease.
They seek the flashpoint away, and Lep just doesn't have enough time to actually use his own sound barrier. So Extinction only uses.
Okay, they have a cage beat fight. No way they can. I don't know. Maybe if Wub or Zomba get a miracle pick, it's winnable. They need a miracle pick. They actually need a miracle pick.
Just as close as some of these other maps have been on these more chaotic ones.
Good beat. Cage though from Hattori. Oh, cage jacks. No one caught in that whatsoever.
No one caught in the cage. That's fine though.
Painkiller's got a cage also. Pulls one from Zomba, hits the ground, and here's the cage. Hattori
This, however, is not fine.
in the front line.
Wait, Painkiller died. Loki maybe recontestable?
Extinction fully
Oh, Zomba's dead.
As that cage from Hattori goes wide on what was initially a good engage.
Oh, look at how many dash resets Rocket was able to get too. Such good damage that there's going to be another blade.
Oh.
And also chasing that pick. Huge. Zomba's now not going to be able to be the one to touch and trigger the overtime. And
Wait, Lucamino died! Lucamino died!
Killing Lucamino, so Rose, this is not over.
Lucamino died with Kirio!
Second Wub's also got the railgun, the overclock. Blade's going to get pulled here from Rocket, but he needs to
wait, Wub!
Scuff with a neutral railgun shot and another. Every single fight. Chronic with a double kill. That looks winnable there for Extinction. Hattori with a late touch and then Wub with the OC. But now Nightmare one flashpoint away from taking the series.
And hopefully rewriting their history on these.
Wub is 18-11!
They would love to be able to have
No. If Wub wakes up, I'm telling you this is a win.
Absolute barn burner. But right now, Extinction, they do have a good shot at this next flashpoint. It's going to be this Kitsune Rush from Lucamino first, but there might be a matched one on Extinction.
I think it was 1 HP there.
No.
Yeah, I don't think you use it. No, if you're scuffed at this point, you want to back off. You're happy that Lucamino invested. They're going to get the first
they use
point
it.
cap here.
No.
But Zomba's already dead. This feels like a massive overextension from Extinction right now.
No.
Good shot from Chronic. Sniped Wub out of the sky. Oh, dearie me. The point wasn't even capped either, so I guess that's something, but... Ooh, Nightmare. They handily deal with Scuff's rush. They didn't end up going for a full reset as 5. They thought they could win a 4v5 with the rush advantage.
That was a mistake. Now you don't have the rush. You're starting... I think that was a panic. And you're really starting to falter under the pressure if you're Extinction. Chronic gets to use the overclock here with no downside.
Well, does end up getting caged, unfortunately, but yeah, sound barrier from Lep saves the day for Nightmare. Point was being capped there for a brief moment as Zomba was going for the touch. A sound barrier from Extinction ends the life of Painkiller, who doesn't have as many mobility tools as the double slide.
No!
Still picks up a kill on the sideline to Scuffed, and Lucamino has rush.
No!
For practically eternity.
Nice flip.
Kills 3, kills the backline, and then
wait, what?
Final kunai.
Do we need him the most?
Extinction find the cap, but a quick flip from Nightmare will tick them up near OT.
Game.
Starting to slip away from them.
Game over, bro.
Extinction are gonna have to go for a very quick regroup, but when they come back, it's just the pulse bomb and the overclock, where the onus is on Nightmare. They can set the pace. 10 seconds away, and Nightmare are gonna be able to go on through this lower bracket. And Rocket's got a blade.
Nenoi had to amp in the backline as well on their own. Blade's gonna get popped. Kiriko in the sights of Rocket. He forces cooldowns, and now he can just chew everybody up. This is it. This is Nightmare.
Game over.
In the final hour, a 3-1.
Good try, Scuffed, man.
On this final map. That Nightmare
Scuffed was killing everybody, bro. That was a chronic. That was a chronic, crazy game.
To make it to the mid-season championships as Space Station await them in the lower semis.
What a good effort from Extinction, though. It really did come down to that final match.
Well, the DPS, yeah, my bad. Not just chronic, but Rocket was going crazy too.
There were a couple maps where Nightmare did not make it close.
Nightmare winning is terrible news for you, by the way. Is that right?